Shriman Narayan,
Jai Shriman Narayan,
Jai Shriman Narayan,
Jai Shriman Narayan,
Jai Shriman Narayan.
Jai Shriman Narayan.
I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagadguru Sudarshan Acharya Ji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to our Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to our 12 Alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi, and I pay my obeisances to Lord Shriman Narayan. I welcome all of you here physically at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those that are watching this discourse locally, nationally, and internationally. And I welcome in advance those that are going to be watching this discourse when it is posted on YouTube and the various groups from around the world subsequently. We are on day 15 of the celebrations of the month of the Ramanujans, and it has been a spiritually potent set of days leading up to this 15th day, where we declared to the world that Lord Sri Ramanuj is the foremost spiritual master of all times, starting from 1,000 years ago, and he will continue being the foremost spiritual master until the end of this Kaliyug, which will be in 427,000 years' time. So we have declared that. We have also declared that Swami Sudarshan Acharya Ji Maharaj was the foremost spiritual master of this century. And we went further and declared that it is only in the Sri Sampradaya currently that the absolute truth is being expounded. And we continue to declare that it is the incumbent duty of every Guru in the Sri Sampradaya to take cue and fix up Sanatana Dharma. It is the incumbent duty, like it is the incumbent duty of any witness that witnesses a crime. That person have to become a state witness. Yes or no?
Yes.
Or else that person will become an accessory after the fact. Similarly, all bona fide spiritual masters, it is their duty to fix the confusion in Sanatana Dharma. For the past 1,000 years, this confusion continues to cloud the mind of humans on this planet we call the Earth. And as this confusion continues, unrighteousness takes its birth in multitudes of ways around humanity. And the Supreme Lord instructs Arjuna through the entire Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita was simply spoken. The context of the Bhagavad Gita was to instruct Arjuna, because he's a warrior, he's a Kshatriya. It was his duty to fight the unrighteous. Yes?
Yes.
It is a duty of a soldier to fight in a war unrighteousness, is it not?
Yes.
And throughout the entire Bhagavad Gita, Lord Sri Krishna impressed upon Arjuna the necessity to uphold righteousness in humanity. Did he not? And this gave birth to the 700 verses of the Bhagavad Gita, which summarizes all Vedic injunctions. What is the message? Where is Arjuna today? We said the Bhagavad Gita is a pocket book, a manual for humanity. Did we not say that? So when God was addressing Arjuna, and if it is a manual, if it is a handbook for humanity, then that instructions must be relevant to you as well. Yes or no?
Yes.
So when he instructed Arjuna to fight against unrighteousness, it was a historical event, was it not?
Yes.
But we are saying that the instructions continue to live and serve humanity to date. 5,120 years later, it is absolutely relevant. So, where is Arjuna? Where is Lord Sri Krishna? Then how does this manual becomes relevant to humanity if they are not here? And if this conversation was between the Lord and his disciple. Who was Arjuna representing?
Humanity.
And who was Lord Sri Krishna representing? Lord Sriman Narayan. So this conversation took place. One aspect of Lord Sriman Narayan was Lord Sri Krishna, who was representing the Supreme Lord, Supreme Primal Lord. The other aspect of Lord Sriman Narayan was Arjuna, who was representing humanity. So when he told Arjuna to fight in that war of Kurukshetra, he showed that that war was unrighteous, or the war was righteous, and when one is following righteousness, which Arjuna was doing, then you are compelled to fight unrighteousness. Was Arjuna compelled to fight unrighteousness? By what he was compelled to fight unrighteousness? Why was he compelled to fight unrighteousness? He was a soldier. And whatever duties you are performing in life, you must perform that duty to the best of your ability. Even if you can prosper in somebody else's domain, you must only work in your domain, even if you don't prosper. Now wait. If you look at Sean with all his trucks and you in your computers, and you say, Sean got his fortune now, don't go buy trucks. Even your father leave you 30 million there, don't take the 30 million and spend it on. You continue in your computers, even if you don't have so much of money as shown. That is the instruction in the Bhagavad Gita. Do what is in your station. Even if you don't prosper in it, don't go and do something that is not in your station of life, even if you prosper. Make sense? Because Abi, Anand, Vasan, Satish, everybody go buy trucks. What will happen to poor Sean? Huh? Vasan? You saw Lord Krishna protecting Sean. So everybody, whatever your station in life, you stay in that. So what is Arjuna's station in life? So what must he do as a soldier? What he must fight for? Righteousness. What is my station in life? What must I do? What I must fight? Which part of unrighteousness? False, concocted philosophies. Is it my incumbent duty?
Yes.
Is it the incumbent duty today of every bona fide spiritual master to fight false philosophies?
Yes.
Yes, it stems naturally from the Bhagavad Gita itself. Whatever your station in life, who knows the Vedas? Who knows the Vedas 100%? Bona fide spiritual master. Who can fight the fight of false philosophies? Bona fide spiritual masters. That is a false philosophies. Are they righteous or unrighteous?
Unrighteous.
What is the instruction in the Bhagavad Gita?
Unrighteous.
The Supreme Lord says, whenever there is a decline in righteousness and an increase in unrighteousness, I appear. I take my avatar. Yes? When he is not present on this planet, then on whose shoulder lies the burden to ensure that the Vedas are protected? What was his first avatar? Lord Sriman Narayan, what was his first avatar? You got Google there. Type there what was the first avatar of Lord Sriman Narayan and what was the purpose of that avatar. Avatar means Lord takes his birth on this planet. He takes his birth on this planet
Matsya, fish.
and what was the purpose?
To save the Vedas from being lost.
Loud.
To save the Vedas from being lost.
And how does the Vedas get lost? Is con. I-S-C-O?
Kill.
No, C-O-N. They put a K. But they told you, Swami Prabhupada told you right at the beginning. Is, if you didn't want to understand what is con means,
It's actually
it's your problem. He is telling Lord Narayan, I told him. They didn't listen. I wrote it there. Because no spiritual institution can have a name like ISKCON. Huh? How can ISKCON be righteous or spiritual? The concocted. So the very first avatar, and I want you to understand the significance of the month of the Ramanujans. I want you to understand the significance of the Sri Sampradaya. I want you to understand the significance of keeping the Vedas as pure as the Supreme Lord at all times. His very first avatar was to protect the Vedas. Very first avatar was to protect the Vedas. And protecting the Vedas means eradicating false philosophies. So God does many things. God does many things in one master stroke. And he came as the Matsya avatar. What is a Matsya, Jessica?
A fish.
Fish. He came as the fish. And what else did that fish do, Jessica? You're supposed to research and study this entire thing. The fish grew bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it went out into the sea. And what was the duty of the fish? Was it not to preserve? Was there going to be a flood of devastation? Was there going to be a flood of devastation? Did that fish not take? How many of you read the Bible? How many of you saw that movie? What was the name? Noah's Ark. When was the Noah's Ark written in the Bible? How many years ago? Is the story the same? Does Judaism have that story? Does Islam have that story? Does Christianity have that story? But where the story originated? Did I not say Sanatana Dharma is a birth of every other religion? Am I proving it historically, scientifically, with unrefutable truth? Are we proving it? Is Sanatana Dharma for Indians? Is Sanatana Dharma for Indians? Is Sanatana Dharma for Bredos? Is Sanatana Dharma for Poridos? That's what the world is thinking, isn't it? Did the Supreme Lord come into a particular race?
No.
Did the Supreme Lord create these four races?
No.
Who created the races?
Mankind.
No. How can mankind create a race? Jessica, explain to me. Make me European with blue eyes. Jessica, and blonde bald head with a blonde white beard. Who created race? Who?
The Lord.
No, then the Lord will be biased. Lord is absolute. Lord can't be biased. He is absolute. Who created race? How did people get classified differently?
Geographically. Has to be the location.
Show me which government can create race, Cyril. I'll go to the government. I want to become a white monopoly capitalist.
Is it the geographic location of where they are in the gene?
No, Jessica. A chemical in your body called
Oh,
a chemical in your body and the sun created race. Chemical in your body, the sun, and where you live created race. God had nothing to do with race, and God got nothing to do with race. So since time immemorial, there's a place that today is called India. Yes? Original name?
Bharat.
Bharat. The Supreme Lord created a spiritual highway. The Lord has frequencies.
Yes.
Lord is the energy.
Yes.
When he enters the material atmosphere, must he enter through a spiritual energy vortex? And that spiritual vortex is in a place that is today called India. How many people in India since creation has chanted the Vedas? More than any other place in the world. I want you to think logically, rationally, and scientifically. And everything has to do with mantras and frequencies. So, is it not natural for the Creator to enter a domain where the frequency is compatible to? Where the frequency opens his spiritual highway. It got nothing to do with race. It got nothing to do with nationality. It got absolutely nothing to do with creed. Because no image of the Supreme Lord looks like an Indian. Any image of the Supreme Lord looks like an Indian? Why?
God has no place.
God cannot be biased. He cannot enter into a religion. If the Supreme Lord enters a religion, what's going to happen? Chaos. Supreme Lord cannot enter any religion, and that is why after he entered, he sent prophets. He did not come back himself. If he came in Judaism, if he came in Zoroastrianism, if he came in Islam, how many lords will be fighting each other? People are fighting each other. Imagine if the Supreme Lords came down, how big wars there would have been between Palestine, India, Israel, all the gods in every country. Person? Are you understanding why it is absolutely necessary to speak the absolute truth? Is this not the absolute truth?
Yes.
Can anyone refute what I'm saying here today? Is this truth beneficial to mankind?
Yes.
Will this truth assist mankind? Am I not encouraging people to go and read the absolute truth?
Yes.
How many people that have viewed our discourses, that have watched us on YouTube, that have watched us on TikTok, take a few sentences and go and research? How many people research and come out of this ignorance? How many people are benefiting from the absolute truth? Whoever is within the range of this message, whoever is within the range of this message, either here physically or anywhere on the internet, they can instantaneously verify this discourse. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. The library of the Vedas is now already on Google. Yes? And they can go to any Upanishad, any Purana, Bhagavad Gita, they can go anywhere and they can extract information. But you need a bona fide spiritual master to tell them where to look. Is the Criminal Procedure Act on Google?
Yes.
Is there?
Yes.
Can you download the Criminal Procedure Act if you're an accused
Yes, it
and
is.
go to court and defend yourself on the grounds of the Criminal Procedure Act successfully?
Yes.
No. Do you know how to unpack the law coherently to win a case? But the law is there. Just like that, the Vedas is there. But do you know how to unpack it so you can connect to the Supreme Lord? So in order to use the law, you have to study the law, you have to go to university, you have to study the law, you have to immerse yourself into the law, you have to become a professional in the law, then you can unpack the law in context of a particular case. Yes or no? Bester, what's this guy's name?
Sabo based.
You saw he learned whilst he was in prison. He downloaded all the laws with the decided cases. Jessica,
Yes, Guru.
you saw that. You saw what a great flourish. He was teaching the law to the judge. And you think the judge was going to take kindly to a prisoner who escaped prison and then teaching the judge decided cases. But if he had a senior counsel, the senior counsel would have put the same decided cases into context, and the same judge could have made a different. Are you understanding? So similarly, God has created a system for Him to be known. He can be known through a pastor, he can be known through a Molana, he can be known through a guru. Yes? I explained a few satsangs ago that Narayan means the source and goal of all living entities. Allah means the source and goal of all living entities. Yahweh means the source and goal of all living entities. How easy it is. In Arabic, Narayana is called Allah, and in Hebrew, the language of the Bible, in Hebrew, Lord Narayan is called Jehovah or Elohim. Jehovah means the source and goal of all living. Elohim means the source and goal of all living entities. Allah means the source and goal of all living entities. And in Sanskrit, Narayan means the source and goal of all living entities. Is the term Narayan, source and goal of all living entities, a common noun or a proper noun? Sean must bring Shweta for the next satsang because they do nouns and adjectives. She can teach my students nouns and adjectives. Is Narayan a common noun or a proper noun? A proper noun can only have one meaning. A common noun can have many meanings. Yes? When we say Narayan, it can only mean source and goal of all living entities, and the source and goal of all living entities can only be the Creator. When we say all auspicious, is it a common noun or a proper noun? I have to bring Shweta. Common noun. What Shiva means? What Shiva means? Sanskrit to English. All auspicious. Shiva means all auspicious. And this is how we win the debate about in Sanatana Dharma who is the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord must be a proper noun. And proper noun cannot be mixed with common nouns. That is, we had an all auspicious day today.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
You feel good when you hear the absolute truth. And I said in this satsang, everything is only the absolute truth. What satsang means? Speaking the truth in the presence of pious people. Are you pious? Yes, that is why you came to satsang. But the speaker have to be bona fide. Speaker have to be bona fide to speak the absolute truth. And in Kaliyug, the only medication in Kaliyug is to come to a bona fide spiritual master and hear the truth. That is,
Yes, Guru.
you don't have to go dancing around the streets. You don't have to go selling Bhagavad Gitas and begging people and selling books, giving them discounts starting with 500, eventually giving it for 20 rand. Abbas? You know, there is a saying, when you buy something, don't ask for a discount. Just buy it. Just buy it. When you ask for a discount, you implying that the seller was trying to rob you. Aren't you? Jessica? Sita used to go all over and beg for the ashram. I scolded her. Right? But she did it with a good heart. She felt because she was taught in another ashram you can go and beg. You can't belong in an ashram and go and beg. It means you got a very hustler God. You got a puzzler God. You going out and saying, hey, ashram need 1 bag cement for the driveway. Wasn't? You go and beg for a bag of cement. What impression will the public get? Public is coming here for prosperity and you can't even buy your own self a bag of cement from within yourselves. Understand? We take 1 bag of cement from you because we gave you 1,000 bags of cement. We just taken 1 bag of cement. Outside there we didn't give them anything. We can't beat it. Yes? So this is the absolute truth. This is the absolute truth that Lord Sri Ramanuj spent 120 years of his life putting together for mankind. 120 years. He almost lost his life twice. Once he was poisoned and once he had to flee his country because he told that king, or he told the people in his kingdom that were following Lord Shiva, that Lord Sriman Narayan is a proper noun. Alright, and he had to run for his life. Lucky here in South Africa I'm alone. There's a handful of Indians. I can make these comments. But in India, Guru's got TV stations, you all know. They got their own channels. And they line away. There's a guru on a motorbike called Sat Guru. How clogged do you think his throat chakra is? You understand? Well, we're going to deal with him later. They know I'm coming for them. All of them know I am coming for them. For too long, the lie was permitted to flourish. And now it's time. For too long, people didn't understand Sanatana Dharma. Christians mocked Sanatana Dharma. Muslims mocked Sanatana Dharma. Jews mock Sanatana Dharma. And who do you blame? The false gurus from Sanatana Dharma. The false gurus from Sanatana Dharma. This is why I went into my oneness program. I started my oneness program in 2020, in the middle of COVID. Yeah?
Yeah.
We started our oneness program because I am showing you that there is one common spiritual DNA running through all religion, one common spiritual DNA running through all races, one common spiritual DNA running through all cultures. Yes or no?
Yes.
But when gurus become yoga gurus and meditation gurus and Krishna gurus and Ram gurus, they become sectarian. Is ISKCON sectarian or non-sectarian? Sanatana Dharma cannot be sectarian. Sanatana Dharma cannot be sectarian. And all these gurus, they open their own compartmentalized sectarian institutions. Which is in total contradiction of the Vedas. Have you heard in the 700 verses of Lord Sri Krishna one sectarian verse? Can you see how much of mopping up we have to do in the world? How much of mopping up we have to do in this world? Remember, everything works with frequencies. Everything is an energy. Just now Sean told me in the room, Dad, if we see something somewhere, and next minute when I open my phone, I see it in my phone. Because it's a frequency that you went on, that frequency connected to the frequency in which you could see it on your phone. Everything works on frequencies. Everything works on frequencies. And this is why the gurus teach you, close your frequency. Close your frequency. And when I should go meetings with Shaun mostly, we should hear people talking about the committee. You have to shut down that committee in their head. You have to tell that committee, there is no meeting in my domain. Jessica, do you have meetings in your mind? You have to chase all those people away and put Lord Sriman Narayan in your head. Anytime committees start forming in your mind, what you have to do? Close that meeting, because that meeting got no agenda. And any meeting without an agenda is false. That meetings have no minutes. They have hours and years of destruction. Hours and years of destruction. You're sleeping nicely. And then these members enter your head. That is how many you were fighting. Yeah, Satish is brave. After he came to the satsang and he got a guru, he's a brave man. He's covered. That is right?
Yes, Guru.
So this truth, is it not the truth?
Yes.
Is it not absolute truth?
Yes.
Every mind has a committee every now and again. And if you neutralize the committee, you can't, it's very difficult. The committee already takes you quickly in 1 second, 2 seconds, 5 seconds. In 2 minutes, you're already in a huge heated debate. And that is why there was a frequency created. Om, Namo, Narayan. As soon as the committee starts its meeting, you just say Om, Namo, Narayan until the committee disappears. That is the only mantra that can kill the committee. The committee, I want you to imagine the committee as bubbles in your head. And the mantra Om, Namo, Narayan. When you say this mantra Om, Namo, Narayan, it must be arrows shooting into these bubbles. Visualize it and kill the bubbles, because the bubbles are representing the committee. You remember this committee members, Jessica, when Satish Bhai was 1 hour late?
Yes, Guru.
What the committee told you
What is he up to?
and what really happened. Satish Bhai had a puncture, but what the committee said? He went to see Sheila. Highway Sheila. And he had a puncture just outside that cemetery there. Jessica,
Yes, Guru.
how the committee lied to you over the years?
True.
How much energy the committee takes out of you just whilst the committee is debating inside. So you tell the committee this is not a conference center. You never hire my head. You're not invited in my head. Please leave immediately, and I'm sending you out. I'm flushing you out. I'm desanitizing my mind with the Om Namo Narayan mantra, or sanitizing my mind with the Om Namo Narayan mantra. This is the absolute truth. Because when you say this mantra, it goes on a frequency equivalent to the potency of the word Narayana, which means source and goal of all living entities. And this frequency enters the source and comes back in a millisecond. You don't believe? Go on Google, ask Google anything, and Google will say thinking. And in a millisecond it gives you the answer. So if a mechanical device can give you an answer in a millisecond, imagine your creator when you call out your creator's name. How fast can your creator respond? The job of the guru is to take you inside. This meeting is inside your mind. And Lord Sriman Narayan is residing inside your soul. He's not there, couple kilometers away. Every thought is also witnessing. Every committee that appears He's silently witnessing. It's not his job to secure your perimeter of your mind. Unless you ask him. Unless you ask him. Lord Narayan, please secure the perimeter of my mind. Please secure the perimeter of my mind. You think he's not going to do it? I said there are 4 types of humans which the Supreme Lord takes as devotees. First type is material prosperity. Second type is medical prosperity. Third type is you inquisitive, you want to know, hey, what's happening in that ashram there on the M19? You come here, you sit down, and you want to know. If you are inquisitive about the Lord, or you want knowledge, or you want knowledge. All 4 are equal to the Lord as devotees. If you came material prosperity, no problem. Medical prosperity, no problem. The fact that you came to the Lord, that is the most important. You understand? If your son goes to your brother and asks him for something, will you be happy? If he goes to your sister and asks for something, will you be happy? Your son. But if your son or daughter come to you, then does that make your child's request a bona fide request?
Yes.
So similarly, when you request from the Lord, don't worry about what you requested. When you request from the Lord, recognizing Him as the Lord, then you become a bona fide devotee. From there, He'll clean you, He'll process you, and He'll set you up for a permanent, eternal relationship. Okay, so we are on day 14. We have 8 more days left.
15. We're on day 15.
We're on day 15. We have 7 more days left for day 22. You must be so used by then coming to satsang that on day number 8, you must feel there's something missing in my life. There is something missing in my life. Then you will know how close you and the Supreme Lord are. How close you and the Supreme Lord are. It comes slowly, Karan, but you'll find the absence. You will miss. When you're sitting at home, you must miss this place. When you miss this place, you're missing the Lord. And when you're missing the Lord, then your relationship is genuine. Your relationship is genuine. You must miss the Lord. But please, Karan, don't go dancing up and down Spencer Road. You're not going to find the Lord in that way. Don't buy these beads and torture yourself over 16 rounds. 1 round is enough. Om Namo Narayan, Om Namo Narayan, Om Namo Narayan, Om Namo Narayan. God is not 16 billion kilometers away. He is inside you. He is inside you. He just wants you to look inward. That's all the Supreme Lord wants. Just wants you to look inward. But you have to be honest, you have to be truthful in every transaction you take. Slowly, you don't have to rush it. Slowly delete something that is negative, and then slowly delete. If you found you got 12 things, every month delete one. Don't delete everything today, because tomorrow everything comes back plus wood, contacts and connections. You notice that? But when you take it slow, you take one step at a time like a baby. When the baby takes the first step, what you do? You grab the child. One step was enough. Because you know the second, third, baby going to fall. That's how God is. When you take your first step towards Him, He grabs you. Then when you are strong, take another step. Take another step. Take another step until you are fully immersed in God. Don't rush the relationship with God. God is always with you. God is. Don't test God. You are being tested. Don't test God. Who's been tested? Who's writing the exams? Huh? Manu, you write in a trade test. Can you go to your principal of that organization and say, before I write the trade test, you write my trade test? You can't do that. You are being examined. You are being tested. Okay, I hope my personal audience here that you feel the power in this ashram when you seated here, even if I don't give a discourse, if you can sit here for 10 minutes and just go back home and if you feel full without having the supper, the dalpita. Karan, you know what's dalpita? Okay, Karan knows. Anu? Mom taught her well? Okay, alright. Alright, Karan knows what's dalpita. Even without the dalpita, you must go home full, you must go satisfied, you must, even when you feel going off to sleep, you must have a spiritual buzz around you. That is important. That is important. Jai Shriman Narayan.